Hey Gustavo, hey, great to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Fantastic, great that you made it to the call. Today on Virtual Piazza, we're very happy to have Gustavo Vicino, an artist from Portugal, who's been together on with Virtual Piazza for a couple of months now. He's a emerging artist, very talented. So far as focused a lot on abstract art, but we're here to find out, how he came to become such an artist and what's in store for the future.
Yeah, it will be nice.
Fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic. So, Gustavo, as a start, it would be great if you could introduce yourself to the audience to who, unfortunately, does not know you yet. So, if you could tell us a bit about your story.
Yeah. I'm Gustavo. I'm from Portugal. I'm 25 years old. Um, I started painting not too much time ago, but this has been a passion since I was a little guy. Um, I starting everything that I have in my mom. When I talk with my mom, uh, everything points in the when I was a children. Everything points that I have that disinclination to art. But as I was growing, um, my choices never been around this area. I try to do another things, but none of them was my passion. So when I do something everybody else, when we do something like we don't have this passion, um, it's difficult to make something that can be very impactful, because it means we need to spend a lot of time. So um, a year ago, I decided that I would do something that I love, um, and I made this travel in my mind to see what ignites me, what do this my heart beats a little bit faster. Uh, uh, the things that I do a lot, and I don't see the time to pass. The time pass faster, and I decided to start painting. I didn't know, and I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm just following my heart. I let the my imagination. I free my imagination and passed it to the canvas, and that's what I love to do. Uh, and this is just the beginning. I feel that this is my real path, the one that I love to do it to take now and beyond.
That's fantastic, and I think you already touched on two very important points. The first one is that art. It's something that you really feel, a lot of artists really kind of feel, coming from inside of themselves, and that even when they try to keep away from, as you said, you try to do other things, to have different jobs, to explore, but ultimately you always come back to art.
Yeah, because I feel that this is the type of expression that you need to free out. It's like you have something inside that are screaming on full lungs, waiting to get out, to express yourself in the best way. For me, is painting, and for a lot of other artists too. And this is me really really a really good way to free our minds and be creative and explore our imagination.
Yes, yeah, definitely. And so I think, Gustavo, something also interesting that you mentioned is that, of course, you always, kind of felt it from, a young age that that you wanted, to express yourself through art. Art can be many things. In your case, especially with painting so far. Then it will tell us if you have other
Yeah,
plans as well.
I-
Uh, so um, uh, uh, so you say you started when you were very young. What was the trigger that made you again now a year ago start painting? And how did you approach this? Did you study? Did you kind of study slowly? How to make art, or do you let yourself be carried by your inspiration, your creativity?
uh, the one thing that I feel I do different in art than the other things that I've been doing so far is that when I'm doing other things, I I try to learn more about the subject, and that has been holding me back because when I as I'm studying, as I'm learning the subject, I am being more like conscious.
Yes.
I have more fear to do something. In art, I don't have nothing. I don't have any lessons. I don't know the techniques that I'm working on. I working on it. I working because I try. It's like try and error. Uh, I'm in art. I feel that it's cool to it's awesome to know new techniques, but the experimentation, the doing part is it's the most beneficial because we know what work and what wouldn't work, like in everything that we do in our lives.
Sure. So there is definitely an exploration. You had that exploration phase, and I guess still continues in a sense where
Yeah,
you
yeah.
try, right?
I,
Where you,
I, beginning I learned so much in my journey, but I feel that I have so much more to learn because we have a lot of things that we could do to painting, express our creativity. I feel that I think that made me so creative nowadays is going back when I was younger. My mother, my father's always said that I was a lazy dude, a very lazy dude, and this laziness. Uh, I always try to do the shorter cut. To say, uh, being very creative to do something. Um I try to do another path.
yeah, to find the shortcut to do it.
Yes, but the shortcuts to have the same result, and this made me very was faster to tap in this creativity because when I had some problem, uh, always I would tap in this creativity to see the shortest path and to have a faster solution. Uh,
Yes, so
yeah.
the people saying that the art is just for the sake of it. No, we can clearly see it, right? The creativity can help in many things.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, interesting. And so actually, Gustavo, I mean, creativity, right? You've been tapping back, on what you were doing, right? Finding the shortcut. And well, the past year when you started painting, again, right, or really focusing a lot on painting, as being, a year where we needed a lot of creativity, because it's been the year. Well, it's been, I say it has been, hopefully it has been, right? It's in the past. It's been the year of COVID, right? Of the pandemic, quarantine, and so on. We all know the situation, especially in Europe, right? Uh, so this has been a time that has been very tough for many people. In the art community, a lot of people, has suffered. We spoke about this with other, artists in Vitro Piazza, and a lot of players in the art market, such as, art galleries specifically, or, art fairs, art exhibition. All of these, unfortunately, could not take place as before. For a lot of artists as well, it's been painful. On the flip side, on the positive side, what we see is that a lot of artists have been putting out a lot of work, have been extremely productive. So it would be interesting to to hear a bit, how this one year has been for you, from that perspective. You know.
Um, for the it's been a rough year. Uh, in my creative sides, and my the works that I've been working on, has been the greatest year ever. I started to paint again, um, in September last year, um, because I have this necessity to have something to working on. Um uh, I don't know if was the COVID situation too, but I think that the lockdowns and the the things that has been in our society nowadays has affected me to free some of this pressure that we have in this society and nowadays. um, and when we create something, we are freeing ourselves, um, uh, to everything that's been around us. It's like I feel that I have a little bubble around me when I'm creating. It's like I have this. It's the time that I have for me, for myself, to explore, and it's been good, because I love to do what I do right now, and I don't see uh, other ways to do it, to be living this situation without painting. It will be very very painful for me. Yeah.
Yes. So all in all, has been good. Understand, at least, from artistic, let's say, standpoint. I think that, yes, art helps, not only you as the artist in reality, right? Because you when you produce art, and I know that this is this is typical, right? That the artist, feels really alive in a sense when he's making the art, right? Because that is their time, is their world, is their bubble, as you were saying, but in
Yeah.
a positive sense.
It's for the artists nowadays. It's good, and they produce more because we have more time to do it, and it's like the when we have time, and we in the situation, it's not too good outside, in the normal life.
Hmm.
um, we have uh, this necessity to to create, to do more, to it's good to present more aliveness to our culture in these tough times, to give color to in these dark moments that we are living right now. It's good.
Yes, and
Part of this movement.
yes, exactly. And also, now we're talking about COVID, right? And how it has been. And I think that also, yes, as we are saying, this time in a sense has been positive for art for some artists, that could produce more. And that's been, it's of course, the more art there is, the more people, can look at it and enjoy that, right, and benefit. Unfortunately, of course, looking at art online is not the same as in person, of course, but it's still a big relief. And especially what we see with Virtual Piazza, right, is that art has a bit transformed now in the sense that it's more and more at a crossroad between, let's say, the physical and the digital world, in a sense,
Yeah,
which is fantastic because it allows us to do what we're doing right now, for example, to show to hundreds of thousands of people your experience, describe your art, give your voice to them, and get this to them. At the same time, the, let's say, the local, the daily life experiences still matter incredibly, right? So I will ask you in a second. I mentioned in the beginning that so far you're mostly focusing on abstract paintings, especially, and these can, uh, in a sense, cannot be tied to a specific location or specific geography, right? Because there are no visible subjects. So I was wondering, still, would you say that your style, or how is your style connected, with you being Portuguese, coming from Portugal, and living in Portugal, seeing specific artists, etc. Is there any connection, any inspiration that comes from there that is then reflected in your art?
this is a very good question. I never thought about it. I don't know. I think that in Lisbon, in Portugal, we have a lot of sun. My works are they are very they have very light. I like vivid colors. Um, I don't know if this have something to do to do with living in Portugal, but no, I don't think that living in Portugal as uh, as much do relation with my artworks. Um,
Which is actually very interesting, right? I think that's also, you know
yeah, it's
that's
a good. I never thought about it.
Yes, yes, and I was mentioning that because, for example, another artist, represented by Virtual Piazza, Miguel Paulin, has, for example, he takes a lot of inspiration from the city of Buenos Aires in Argentina, and him living in a very multicultural environment that inspires him. So it was, of course, different artists are
Yeah,
incredibly, different, huh? And I think that's the beauty of art,
yeah.
right?
I need to sit and look all of my works and have some inception to think about it. But yeah, it's a good question.
Yes. And I think it will be very interesting, to our audience, to all the viewers, when we will have what the next time we talk, we will really deep dive on some of the works, that you produce, and really get to know everything about, how they were made, what was the inspiration, and all the entire history, of the pieces. So we'll definitely have the opportunity to talk about this,
Yeah,
for all the curious people watching
yeah,
us. That's great. And along these lines of, Gustavo, of this interaction between the digital and the physical world. Nowadays, it's just so important for artists to have an online presence, right? To be able to promote themselves and yeah, to get to showcase their work, especially when you cannot have, people coming into a physical, art gallery. You must be able to reach to people, via the internet. Uh, and this is tough. This is tough because a lot of artists not only don't have necessarily, the interest or the, maybe it's better the other way actually, Gustavo.
Sorry about.
No, no, it's fine.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's yes. Maybe it's better to yeah. It's complicated, as I was saying. It's complicated because not only, artists are not not always. I mean, we have to be to be honest, are not extremely interested in selling their pieces as such, right? But also a lot of artists lack, the skills to effectively promote their art, to get the recognition that
Yeah.
they deserve. What do you think of this? Does the need to be on social media, for example, affect art negatively? And how does it affect you personally?
Uh, I think for the artist in general, I don't think that it affects much because yeah, it affects if the artist itself, if he wants to sell their artwork. It's difficult to sell it in these times, of course. Um, and we have to have this online presentation, because it's very important, and we haven't these galleries in this, the people we can meet uh, in all times, we can't do it. But for the artist that just want to create and to express himself, I don't think that they need, it isn't a must to be present on the social media. Um, but I think this is a very good advantage to people, to artists that want to guide their artworks, lo- uh, to
Bigger
their work
audience, yeah.
or broad. Yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
of course, because I mean, ultimately, right? It's artists produces art for themselves, right? I
yeah.
think that we can agree with that. It's as you were saying at the beginning, Gustavo. I think that for a lot of people it's really a need. They cannot be really stopped. It's there and needs to come out. So of course it's not mandatory, I would say, to be on social media. If you want your art to receive visibility, then yeah, it
Yeah, you
becomes
need,
a must.
because it's easier to put your artwork in more visibility.
Yes.
uh, when you want to be more visible, you have to be on every platform that you can, because it's good for your work, and it's needed.
Yeah. Yeah, and with social media, I think and of course now I'm mentioning social media, but there are of course a lot of channels
uh,
by which you can get your visibility, and but especially social media. I think it's the one of the main channels as such. These are very controversial, right? Because there are I mean, now I'm talking in general. Social media, especially lately, especially I would say in the Western world, there is a lot of criticism, right, of how social media kind of govern the world, the freedom of speech. We had some famous examples recently, or examples that sparkled a debate. And also the negative. How to say, the negative consequences of extensive usage of social media. At the same time, so that's one side of the story. The other side is that, of course, they allow you to get visibility. And so and at the same time we know that I think another variable, let's say, to consider is that what you see now, referring to art, what you see most of the times on social media is the finished artwork. I think for a lot of people, especially who do not have the competence to understand the work that goes into an artwork, everything tends to be, to be considered as this, oh wow, there was this painting of these dimensions, and it's like that, it was done.
Yeah.
You just see the final word of work. You don't really see all the entire process, the hours of study, of preparation, of creation that went into that. And what do you think of this?
um, I think the process is the the most important thing, because when you see on the social media, we just see, like you said, the end results. um, but the end result, um, if we saw with our eyes open the end results, and we really want to explore what the artists create, we see that, because the art can be, for me, an artwork can be a thing that, it's my interpretation, that what I see, it's, and for you, can be other thing, nothing to relate that what I'm thinking, that it is. um, in this way, we see the things, makes all interesting. um, the process is the most important, but I think the most important thing is to make the people imagine things. When we see, I love to think that the people, when they see my artworks, they feel free to imagine things that, I haven't personally think, when I was doing. um, I just want the people to explore their imagination when they see art, and I really think that, it's very interesting to see, not just the process, but to see the end result and go the backwards, uh, to explore this imagination, and to feel the things that are on the canvas. um, yeah.
Yes, and when you see the process, you also can relate more to the artwork, and realize
True.
more the value, right, of all the work that has gone into it. Because I think it's amazing and beautiful, right? That the art making is one of the last few, craftsmanships in a sense, because now in a days where everything is mass produced, where there is no time, to make things proper, art is still one of those crafts where you can really, where everything is still manual, and
Mhm.
is done by one person. And I think that's great. That's really cool. So f- the focus on the process, not only on the end result. It
Yeah, it's
should be
important to show how the things are going, until the final piece. um, it's very important to show all the process, um, and how the things are created. um, a little, yeah, as important as the final result. I think that,
yes.
it's very, very, very important.
And for some people, the process it's even more important than the end result.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So it's
I have works that I've been working on a lot of time, because I enjoy to see how can guides, how can I react to things that are happening on the canvas, and I am I have this longevity with the canvas. I want that they go for a long time.
Yeah, that they grow with you in a sense, right?
Years of working on
But in the end, we want to see it, right? So,
yeah,
Gustavo, don't keep it too long, please.
yeah.
Right. And Gustavo, we've been talking so much about the past and the present. What's in store for the future? I think everyone can see that you're producing a lot. We cannot even keep count of how many works you have. You have it all over your walls. What's in store for the future? Can you tell us a little bit about what you're producing?
Yeah, I'm launching a collection. um I have a series of 8 paintings, um all related with this COVID time, uh on the way that they have a lot of browns, because I think my inspiration was hurt, the scent, scent,
Yeah, the
because
soil, the yes.
yeah, because I think that these times are times to grow, to grow into something better. And I have a lot of greens, hopefully, the meaning green, hopeful, hope. I have a lot of whites, because we need times with a lot of more inner peace. Yeah, yeah, and I'm launching this series. I'm very excited to launch it in this February, final February, I think. And this is has been the works that I've been working on. Um, but yeah, for now, it's my ultimate focus.
Wow. So yes, really looking forward to see that. I understand that the style will also be a bit different from what we've seen so far. So really
Yeah,
excited.
yeah.
Very excited. Gustavo, thank you so much for your time. You can find Gustavo on Instagram. Can you repeat your username, please, so that people can
My inwards,
Vicino Art.
Vicino art.
Yes. Anyways, you can find all the links in the description below. And yes, Gustavo, we'll speak very soon
Yeah,
again. And thank you for your time.
yeah, yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.